was CSMA CA. That means carrier sends multiple access uh, and with collision avoidance. So here we had value k is equal to 0. So I have taken k is equal to 0 and the limit is 15. That means the maximum value. I'm trying to explain what we have seen last time. So maximum value of k, this is called limit. Is k less than limit? This particular part I am trying to, highlight. Uh, not highlighter. I wanted to have laser pen. So this particular part, k less than limit, k less than limit. So limit I am taking as 15. So maximum value of k can be 15. So initially k is equal to 0. So that is what I have taken, and the value now here, uh, the medium, is checked by a station whether it is free. Channel means medium, whether it is free. So a station which wants to send data through the channel or medium, it checks whether it is free. If it is free, then it waits for interframe sequence, this thing, space, interframe space. So interframe space, I have taken it as 30 millisecond. So interframe space is nothing but, so interframe space we have seen in the previous example, like, you know, yeah, this is the interframe space. Like, a station may continuously be, sensing the medium, and then it is finding the medium idle at this place. It is finding the medium to be idle, means no station is sending data through this medium, but still it does not start sending the data as such. It will wait for some interframe space, some time, and then it will, what I meant to say, send data of this much size. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So here this is called contention window. So size is any size it can be, how much of data it wants to send. So that is what it is requesting, that this much of data I want to send. So this is what is being done. So interframe space I am taking as 30 millisecond. So it waits for that. Choose a random number between 0 to 2 to the power k minus 1. Since k is equal to 0, I'll be getting 2 to the power 0, that is 1 minus 1. So r is equal to, initial value of r is equal to 0. So here I have to, wait for interframe sequence, and I have to choose rth time slot. Rth time slot means first time slot. All the sending stations will be sending in the fresh time slot. Fresh time slot means at the beginning of the time slot. At the beginning of the time slot. So at the beginning of the time slot means it is 0th time slot. Since r value is equal to 0, it goes for 0th. The moment IFS is complete, 30 millisecond is complete, station is ready to send the data, because it is saying rth slot. Rth means 0th slot. Send request to what I am say send. So here the station will be sending a signal, control signal called as request to send to the receiver, and it will set a timer to get the acknowledgement. Like within 50 millisecond, I should get the acknowledgement back. So it is checking whether CTS clear to send signal received. So when the request to send comes from the sender, the receiver will, if it wants to accept the data, it will send a control signal called as clear to send. That means I am ready to receive the data, and your options are clear to send the data. So within this 50 millisecond, the timer's time, if it is received, you got the idea. Wait for IFS. Wait for IFS means again 30 millisecond, and then send the data frame. Send the data frame. Now set a timer. So first frame has been sent. After that, a timer is set. Whether acknowledgement for the first frame is received, you got the idea. If what I meant to say, no, acknowledgement has not been received, then k is equal to k plus 1. So now, so k becomes what I meant to say 1 here. K becomes 1 here. Then what I mean to say, you want me to do that. So k becomes 1 here. Uh, can you still see the screen, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if k is equal to 1, in that case, what will be the value? So here, k is equal to 1. Has k reached the limit? Limit is equal to k less than limit. K limit is 15. Is 1 less than 15? Yes. So wait for, back of time. How much is back of time? 15 millisecond is the back of time. So it has to wait for that back of time. Again, it comes over here. It keeps on sensing. After that, it will check. It will keep on sensing. Is the channel free? So here we have seen in the diagram, it is checking, is the channel free? If not, then again it will check, is the channel free? If not, is the channel free? Is the channel free? The moment it finds the channel free, immediately it starts, that time called as interframe space. So this is what is there. Continuously it is checking, is the channel free? False means again it will sense the medium whether the channel is free. Whether the channel is free, that is what arrows have been shown in this diagram. These arrows are being, so it is continuously checking. The moment, you got the idea, channel becomes free, still it does not send any data. It will wait for interframe space. So this is what we are doing. Right, interframe space, it will wait. How much that time? 30 millisecond it waits for IFS. And now choose random number between 0 to 2 to the power k minus 1. So now here the value of r is equal to either 0 or it can be 1. So if I choose now between these two values, see, choose random number r between 0 and 1. So 2 to the power k minus 1 means k, since k is equal to 1. So 2 to the power 1 minus 1. So this will be nothing but 1. So r's value between 0 and 1. So now here, assuming that r gets the value 1, randomly it is chosen as 1. So now I have to send in first slot. So 0th slot I cannot send. I have to wait for that slot time. Suppose next slot time comes after 10 milliseconds. So I have to wait for first slot time. Send request to send, that is sender to the sending a signal called as RTS. RTS means request to send. That means I am requesting you to send the data and set a timer. So within a specific time, that clear to send signal from the receiver should come. Clear to send means the receiver accepts the request, from the sender through RTS. The moment a RTS control signal is received from the sender, if the receiver wants to receive the data, it sends another control signal called as CTS. You got the idea? That clear to send, and it should arrive between before the timer's time lapses. So if the control CTS is received, if the CTS is received before the timer lapses, then true. Wait for interframe space. That is 30 millisecond is to wait. And now it starts sending the frame. Who starts sending the frame? The sender starts sending the data frame to the what I mean to say receiver. And again it sets a timer to check whether the acknowledgement for this frame is received. Acknowledgement for this frame is received. So here you see the request is being sent for how many frames? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So acknowledgement for frame 1 has been received, then it will send frame 2, data frame 2. Once acknowledgement for this is received, it will send frame 3, then frame 4. Like this, it goes on sending. So for every frame, it is sending the frame and set a timer. And whether the acknowledgement is received before the timer lapses. That means timer's time gets over. If it is true, then successfully it has been sent. Otherwise, k is equal to k plus 1. K is equal to k plus 1. Now k becomes 2. If k becomes 2, in that case, I am checking whether k is less than limit. So 2 less than 15, yes. So wait for TB, that means back off time, 15 millisecond. You got the idea, 15 millisecond, and after that it goes here. Again, it starts sending, sensing the channel, whether it is free or what I meant to say, this thing. If it is free, the channel gets free, it waits for interframe space, that is 30 millisecond, and then choose a random number between this, so between, so now the value of R will be 0 to 2 to the power 2 minus 1. 2 to the power 2 means 4 minus 1 means 3. So the value of R can be anything between 0, 1, you got the idea, 2, because 0, 1, 2. So here the value of R will be, since value of k is 2, 2 to the power 2 minus 1 means 4 minus 2 is 3. So it gets the value 3. Now value of R can be anything randomly out of 0, 1, 2, 3, any slot can be chosen. Suppose I am choosing R is equal to 2. R is equal to 2, second slot now. So 0th slot, first slot, second slot. So each slot timing is 10 milliseconds. So after 10 milliseconds, then again after 10 milliseconds, then again after 10, 10 millisecond, 10 millisecond, 10 millisecond, and second slot, it sends the data. So again, it will send request to send, set a timer, whether CTS is received. If CTS is received, it will wait for, interframe space, and then send the frame. Receive the acknowledgement. If the acknowledgement is received, it is successfully, it has sent the frame. This is how the entire, what I'm saying, CSMA works. CSMA works. So now we shall, so that is what I have explained. The whole thing here, right? The whole thing here. So have you understood this request to send is nothing but it's a control signal, which will be sent always by the sender to what I meant to say, this thing. And then this is how it happens. So now question arises, how will a station, come to know that, right, come to know that other station is not sending data or other station is sending data. So for doing this, a special timer is maintained called as NAV. It is called network allocation vector. Network allocation vector. So stations, the moment what I would say to explain this, I will have to take the help of this particular diagram. So now the moment what happens here, assuming that a station A wants to communicate with the station B. So here station A is the sender and station B is the receiver. So station A sends request to send signal, control signal, requesting to the station receiver station B that I want to send data. You got the idea? Now, station B waits for a small interframe space. It is called short SIFS, SIF. It is called shifts. Shifts is nothing but, it is nothing but short interframe space. So this is nothing but short. You got the idea, short IFS. So short IFS. So IFS is nothing but interframe space, and short IFS, you got the idea, is nothing but short. So some small interval of time it will wait, and then it sends, in this direction, clear to send. So request to send is coming from this direction to this direction, clear to send. Now clear to send, station B will send in this direction as well as this direction. You got the idea? Now, why this clear to send has to be sent in this direction to A as well as in the direction of C and D. You see, this CTS is being sent in the direction of C and also in the direction of what I meant to say D, just to indicate that now the station B is getting ready to receive the data from A, and during the time A is sending the data, no other station should send any data or signal. Am I clear over here? So this timer is maintained. This timer is maintained for this duration of entire data transfer. You got the idea? Entire data transfer, that the entire data frame is sent, and then small a short interframe space is waited, and then acknowledgement from B is sent to A direction, as well as acknowledgement is sent in C's direction, D's direction. Now why C's and D's direction is needed? Because the moment what I meant to say, this CTS is received, the moment CTS is received from B to C and B to D, both C and D will start a timer called as NAV. So this is the timer. Sorry, must erase, use the eraser. Yeah. So so this is the timer. NAV is started. That means C and D will desist, will will not send any data or any control signal to any other station. So this is the duration for entire duration. Sorry, here it should have been till this time. It should have been till this time. So till this time, no data will be sent by this thing. So the moment acknowledgement is sent in this direction from B to what I meant to say A, and B to B in the direction of C, and then D, uh, then C and D are now, after this data transfer is over, C and D are free to sense the data, then wait for interframe space, and then they can send request to transfer, request to send, and clear to send kind of signal. So have you understood the role of NAV here, everyone? Have you understood the role of NAV?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so NAV is a timer which is started by both C, station C, and as well as D, knowing that some station is sending data. You got the idea, to station B, and for the entire duration of data transfer, the C and D should not send any signal. Signal means whether it is data signal or control signal like RTS, CTS, and all. So during the entire time, they will not be sensing the medium. After the acknowledgement is sent by B towards direction of A and towards direction of C and D, both C and D, they start sensing the data. This is what happens. Okay, so here, so this is what was done with CSMA CA. Now there is something called as a hidden station problem. Now this is, in this diagram, there is a hidden station problem. Hidden station problem means, see, RTS has been sent from A to B, but RTS was not received till C or D. Now what happens at the same time when A sent RTS to B, if C sends RTS, if C also sends RTS, you got the idea? So here in this time, so if I take, C, this is the time. Now here request to send from D will come in only this direction, and A will go in this direction, whereas RTS from B will go in this direction as well as this direction. C, from C, RTS will go in this direction as well as this direction. That means all the middle stations will send in this direction and this direction. But the extreme ended will go in one direction only. So now RTS signal, this RTS signal you can see here, from A, it reaches B only. and it does not reach C. Now C does not know that A has sent RTS. So at the same time at which RTS request was initiated, if it also starts sending RTS. You got the idea? So now it starts sending RTS. So the moment it starts sending RTS, you got the idea, in this direction and in this direction at the same time when A has sent. So RTS has been sent in this direction and this direction. Now what happens? Both will collide. This RTS from A to B will collide with RTS from C in the direction of A. C in the direction of A will collide. So these two signals will collide. You got the idea? So this collision will not be what I mean to say. Sorry. So collision will not be detected because in CSMA CA, there is no option for collision detection. Only a timer is set if within the specific timer's time, you got the idea? If clear to send message does not come, then again it sends RTS. Again it sends RTS. So this is what happens. So have you understood the mechanism over here? Hidden satiation problem means the RTS signal from A to B has gone to B, but it has not gone to C or D. So both C and D are not aware that RTS signal has been sent by A to B. So if at C, it decides to send RTS at the same time when A was sending RTS, C also decided to send RTS in the direction of A, as well as what I'm saying, C wanted to send RTS to A. So it has to send RTS to this direction also. But that RTS, which was initiated at this stage, collides collides somewhere here with RTS of A. So collision will not be, detected because this CSMA CA collision detection mechanism is not there. Only collision avoidance can be done. So again, some interframe space weight will be there, and again it starts sensing the medium, and then after sensing the medium, the medium becomes free. Then interframe space time it will wait, then send the data. This is what send the RTS signal. So and starts his timer, and after starting the timer, if within the timer's timeout time